If you want to understand where a country is headed, you don't always need to look back decades. Sometimes a single 24-hour snapshot tells you everything. Today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're building a picture, a mosaic of India, by looking at everything that happened on one single day, February 9th, 2026.
So that brings up a really big question, right? What does progress on a national scale actually look like in one day? Well, it's never just one big thing. It's a whole collection of different stories, all happening at once, each one adding a unique color to the bigger picture.
And this really says it all. On the one hand, you've got the pure, raw emotion of a huge victory on the cricket field, and on the other, the quiet, focused precision of a brand new piece of technology. Two totally different worlds, two different kinds of progress, both unfolding on the exact same day.
So let's dive into that first story. Let's start with that high-octane energy from the world of sports, where Indian athletes were really making some noise on the world stage.
Okay, this was a huge deal. In the Under-19 Cricket World Cup final, India didn't just squeak by England, they absolutely dominated. This win was their 6th title, which is incredible in itself, but more than that, it was a massive statement about the future of Indian cricket.
Now look at this number, 411. That was India's final score. And to put that in perspective, it's not just a big score, it is the highest team total ever in the history of the Under-19 World Cup final. I mean, talk about setting a record and putting the pressure on.
And the wins didn't stop on the cricket pitch. Over at the Asian Shooting Championship, the vibe shifted from explosive power to intense, laser-like focus. Samrat Rana and Suruchi Singh showed incredible calm and precision, earning India a silver medal in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team event. Just fantastic.
All right, so from the roar of the stadium, we're going to switch gears completely. We're moving from triumphs of the human body to leaps of the human mind. This part is all about the innovation that's building the India of tomorrow.
And here it is. Meet the Elixis W. This is a made-in-India humanoid robot built by a company called Adverb. It made its grand debut at a logistics expo, and it's a perfect example of homegrown innovation. This robot is designed to completely change how warehouses and logistics centers operate, picking things up, moving them around, all with incredible accuracy.
But innovation isn't just about cool robots and new gadgets. It's also about the big picture strategy. And on the very same day, India's main policy think tank, NITI Aayog, was busy laying down the plans for a greener, more sustainable future.
And this wasn't some small plan. It's incredibly ambitious. NITI Aayog presented a whole roadmap to the state of Andhra Pradesh. And the goal? To completely transform the state into one of India's biggest renewable energy hubs by the year 2035, using tons of solar, wind, and new energy storage tech.
And that kind of long-term planning, well, it ties right into what was happening with the economy that day. What's fascinating is that we see action on both ends of the spectrum, from helping the smallest local businesses to forging major international trade deals. And the first piece of this economic puzzle comes right from the top, the Reserve Bank of India. The RBI made a really important announcement, a policy change, aimed squarely at helping the real engine of the Indian economy, its small businesses.
Now, to really get why this is a big deal, we need to quickly understand what a collateral-free loan is. Basically, it's a loan where a small business owner doesn't have to put up their house or their land as a guarantee. It removes a huge barrier and makes it so much easier for entrepreneurs to get the cash they need to get started or expand. So here's the headline change the RBI made. They doubled the limit for these loans. It had been stuck at 10 lakh rupees since way back in 2010. They bumped it all the way up to 20 lakh rupees. That's a massive boost that gives these small enterprises some much-needed breathing room. So while the RBI was looking inward, helping businesses at home, India was also looking outward. On the very same day, officials from India and the Gulf Cooperation Council, or GCC, signed off on starting negotiations for a big free trade agreement. This is a major step toward boosting trade and securing energy needs for the future. And it's interesting how these big economic moves eventually filter down to products for everyday people. Also on February 9th, Punjab National Bank launched its new Luxora Metal Credit Card. It's a premium card for high-end customers, which really signals confidence in a growing economy where people have more sophisticated financial needs.
Okay, so we've covered victories, technology, and economic growth. But progress isn't just about moving forward. It's also about remembering the values that guide you. And this day was also a moment to pause and reflect on a powerful legacy of compassion.
You see, February 9th is the death anniversary of Baba Amte, who was just a remarkable social worker. He started his life as a very successful lawyer, but he gave it all up to serve people who were forgotten by society, especially those suffering from leprosy. His work wasn't just about charity, it was about fighting stigma and giving people their dignity back. An absolutely inspiring legacy.
So let's step back and pull all these different threads together. We've seen sports, technology, economics, and a deep social conscience. How does it all combine to paint one single picture of a nation?
And here it is. When you lay it all out, it's pretty incredible. You've got the glory on the sports field and the leap in technology. You see an economic engine that's firing on both local and global levels. There's a clear plan for a green future, and it's all anchored by these guiding values of compassion. This isn't just a list of news headlines. This is the mosaic of a nation on the move.
Which really leaves us with one final, pretty powerful question to think about. We've just seen what can happen in a single 24-hour period. So if this much can happen in just one day, imagine what the story of the next decade is going to look like.